Wow, hello everybody. We are back, or I am back, on the Romulan Faction with my Riemann character as a tactical officer. For those watching this series in order from the beginning, you will have noticed there was a very long amount of time spent there between the last video I recorded and this video. A big break I took. And I did not announce that, and I didn't even know that was going to happen. It just kind of did. I one day did not record a video, and then the next day I didn't record a video, and then the next day I didn't record a video, and on and on. And I ended up just taking a break in Star Trek Online. And so for those that were following this series, there was that big pause in time between these two, the last video and this one. For those that are watching this after the fact, you will not have noticed that time change. But for those watching this currently, that did occur. And so I apologize for that. I will post my captain's log video where I talked about all that. So you can go watch that in the top right corner if you want to hear more about that and what I have planned for the future on videos. But suffice it to say, I will definitely be continuing this series and finishing it. I will be playing every single mission. I will be leveling it up and trying out new ships and so forth. So now I'm going to get back into it and continue this. But here's the deal. It is now June of 2018, and the 4th expansion for Star Trek Online has just released. It is called Victory is Life. So this is now post-expansion release, and that means some new things for our character. Number one, the max level cap has increased. No longer is level 60 the max level cap, but now, look at this. Now we can go up to level 65. So that's going to give us a little more skill to earn and rank up as, and each reward, we get new rewards as well, between 60 and 65, and this one's going to be very interesting for us, is a Vice Admiral Starship Requisition token, so we can have more ships. And that's at level 61. So that's going to give us more room to grow. Also, we're going to have a brand new mission story arc that we'll be able to play once we get there, and it's at the very end. It's now called the Gamma Quadrant, and we have a series of Gamma Quadrant story missions that are brand new into the game. I think we've got 6 missions here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6 new missions at the end of the game to play. And so that will be very interesting. That is part of the expansion, so that will affect our character because we'll have new missions to play. Otherwise, one of the other updates is that Romulan Faction characters on that have joined KDF or Starfleet now have access to every single ship of that faction. So I should, if I go to ship requisitions, more ships should show up for me in terms of what I have available to this character now. I'm just going to double check that, because I'm not sure how that works, but I might have more KDF ships available to me than I had before. So let's go all ranks. Yeah, look how many ships I have now. These are all the ships. Look at that, just incredible amount of ships that I have available as a Romulan. Yeah, I've got Starfleet ships too. I could fly a Dyson. I could fly the. These aren't Starfleet. These are Klingon based, but they're. Well, no, because this is the Klingon one here, and then this is the other kind of Dyson ship. That's the Romulan one. That's what that is. It's a Klingon and Romulan Dyson ships. Obelisk carrier. I mean, this is just crazy, the amount of ships I have now. I mean, holy crap. Well, I am not going to be wanting for ships. That's for sure. We've got the Day One ships. We've got Miracle Worker ships. We got Suliban ships. Vulcan ships. We could even do... No, these aren't Vulcan. These are Romulan. I thought it was Vulcan for a second because of the center ring. Nope. Yeah, just a ton of ships. So let's see. When we get to tier 6, well, actually, our next ship is tier 5, isn't it? Or whatever. I don't know what tier we're in right now. Someone will have to remind me. But look what we get at tier 6. Any one of these ships. That's a lot of options right there for tier 6. Here's the Vice Admiral ships. I mean, that's a lot right there too. So we are definitely not wanting for ships, that's for sure. Other than that, let's see. Oh, the max mark level has now been changed as well. The new max mark level is 15. So instead of Mark 14 gear, we'll be able to go up to Mark 15 on this character from now on. So that'll be something that we'll have to, you know, gear up and level up over time. But Mark 15 is the new top-end gear ranking on stuff for ground and space. Otherwise, nothing else should pretty much affect us. There's the Jem'Hadar playable series, but that won't affect this character. The missions will be the same up until we get to the Gamma Quadrant. So I really can't think of much else that will affect the character, but if we do encounter something, I'll let it be known. Otherwise, it's just time to get on to the next mission, because we've got a lot of them. And the one we are going to be starting today is, we finished last time Devil's Choice. We're going to be starting this new series called Freedom. We're going to begin with Toward Freedom and the Vault today. Toward Freedom is just a little intro to the Freedom series, and then the Vault is the actual first episode. It says, I have a new task for you. A certain operative of Klingon intelligence by the name of Tamek has traded valuable information with us. Tamek's people have kept tabs on the Tal Shiar for some time now, and he has indicated to us that he's seen signs of internal conflicts between the Tal Shiar and a significant faction of separatists, the Remans. Hey, that's me. I need you to work with Klingon intelligence on this. Get as much information as you can. You're in a better position to gather information in Star Empire space than a Klingon operative. Tamek will have more information for you when you meet him on Kronos. This is a great opportunity for the Republic to learn more about Tal Shiar activities, and possibly even to recruit Remans to our cause. So we need to go to Kronos for the first time and meet with Tamek in the first city. So this will be our first traveling to Kronos, since we have aligned with the KDF on this faction. And let's remind ourselves real quick of our ship setup. We are flying the Hafe Assault Warbird, and I have really customized it, and I'm looking forward to, you know, really putting this ship into combat. We're using cannons, we've got a quad cannon up here and then dual heavy cannons, turrets in the back, basically a escort tactically inclined ship. And our shuttle, because we will be using that for the Vault, is I have moved over to the Scorpion Fighter. A lot of people said I should be using a Scorpion Fighter as my shuttle. I have one, so let's use it. So I've got it all equipped out here, as you can see, with some pretty good gear on it. And it's ready to go into action. And we'll use that for the Vault. But first, let's go to Kronos. And it's way down yonder. Kronos system. We don't have slipstream yet, so it's going to take a while to fly there. A very long while. We're traveling at warp 9.97. So I will pause the video now, and when we get to Kronos, I will resume it. That way you won't have to sit through the long journey to get there. Stand by. Welcome everybody to Kronos. For the first time on our character, we get to go down to Kronos, talk to Tamek. We can do this, of course, because we are aligned with the KDF. That's our alliance in this playthrough, so that's exciting. We haven't really done anything on Kronos yet, and I could use it as a base of operations if I wanted to. But I like using New Romulus right now. It just makes me feel more Riemann. We need to meet with Tamek. And I don't know where he is. I'm guessing maybe he's in the Great Hall somewhere. Looks like it's pointing this way. Here he is. Talk to Tamek.
Ah, you have arrived. Let's get to work.
And literally that's it. We're just meant to meet him so that we know who our new contact is for this. And our next mission, or the actual mission we're going to play, is called The Vault today.
Before the destruction of Romulus, your people's star empire researched Borg technology at a base known as the Vault. The Vault was abandoned in the chaos after the destruction of the Romulan homeworld. We sent a group of scout ships into the region a few years later, but they were lost in an ambush by an unknown vessel. Since then, we have been monitoring the region for signs of activity. Long-range sensors have detected energy spikes in the Hakona system. And Klingon intelligence believes that someone is bringing the Vault back online. I want you to find out who. I also want to know if there is any Borg technology or restricted weaponry on that base. Good luck, and good hunting.
Now this says, speak with Vishka for additional information, then go to the shipyard, board a shuttlecraft, and fly to the Hakona system in the Beta Quadrant, and infiltrate the Vault. You must use a shuttlecraft or fighter for this mission. And our reward will be Scorpion fighters, not to be mistaken for our flyable Scorpion fighter, but these are fighters that you launch and go into combat. Speak to Vishka near the Great Hall, and she's right here. Our long-range sensors have only picked up limited information about this mysterious Vault station. Based on our scans, it's a massive starbase and a small ship. Like a fighter or shuttle could easily slip into the maintenance areas and possibly some of the interior. Since the Romulans excel at cloaking technology, Command has decided that cunning will be more important than strength. Your task will be to infiltrate the station via a shuttle or other small craft like a harmless globfly. Okay, now it says go to the Hakona system. Now you could get in and hop in your shuttle right now. Or you could just go to the system and it should auto put you in your shuttle. At least that's how it's supposed to work now. Since I've already set up my shuttle and I know what is my main shuttle and it's set up to be my main shuttle, I should just be able to simply go to the Hakona system, go into it, and I'll automatically be in my shuttle. Let's find out if that works that way. So Hakona is now way up here. Very far away. Again, it's going to take us a very long time to get there. So I will pause the video once again and I will come back when we are at the Hakona system. And welcome back everyone. We are approaching the Hakona system. Let's go in. Yes, and it did put me in my Scorpion fighter, so that's great. Obviously, this station isn't as abandoned as Intel suspected. Sensors are reading several Riemann ships in the area, and that's just the ones that we can spot. That station is immense. It must have taken an incredible amount of manpower and technology to build it. It's almost the size of a small moon. Sensors are reading a sophisticated tachyon detection network, as well as several patrolling vessels. For an abandoned station, this facility certainly has a lot of activity. We need to find a way past that sensor grid. Perhaps we can see if some of our stolen Tal Shiar data will be of use. We must assume that if we engage the ships here, they'll notify whoever is left on the station, and it may become difficult to find an entry point. Avoid patrol vessels and evade sensor nets while approaching the vault. Consult with your officers for options. So tiny. Now, our options here of taking this out based on our career type is we could examine a derelict ship, examine subspace booster, examine asteroid. We're going to examine everything. This asteroid is unusually large, and it was clearly mined during station construction. It was probably used for raw materials, like most of the debris here. This particular asteroid contains pergium, titanium, and uranium. It was probably tractored from a nearby system and brought here to construct hull components and power systems. We could probably cut a piece from the asteroid with our weapons for further analysis. Looks like the fragment has picked up a bit of residual energy from our weapon burst. It'll be radiating energy for a while. Other than that, it's just a rock. Engineering officers can gain additional information thanks to their knowledge of material science. But we are tactical, so this one is not useless to us. This one is not useless? No, this one is useless to us. This one is definitely useless to us. Let's go to this thing over here, the derelict ship. Indications are that this vessel was refitted for asteroid mining. Apparently, a containment failure in the engine core led to a massive radiation surge. The engine went into emergency shutdown, but all of the couplings and injectors were burned out. The crew probably died due to instant radiation burns. Looks like the vessel was stripped for parts and left derelict. Science officers can gather data from the ship's computer. Well, we are not science, so that won't work. So we gotta go to the last option. I forgot I can cloak too. I should probably do that, it will help. Subspace booster relay. We have two options here, which is interesting. We've got use the Tal Shiar access codes or subspace traffic analysis. That's cool. I wonder if one will cancel out the other. We can use the Tal Shiar codes at relay, that's optional, or we can examine the booster relay and use our tactical. Well, we already know what the tactical leads to. I've done that in previous run-throughs or previous playthroughs. I've always used the career-specific thing. And all you have to do is scan this, and then you go up to one of the nodes on the thing, scan it, and it lets you through. But I'm interested to see what the Romulan Tal Shiar access codes do. Let's see if that works. It looks like the station is requesting a 3-signature encryption key. Try different codes until you have keys that match all 3 parts of the finished code. Well, I don't know what I have to change it to. 128, I guess. 243. 384. Which I passed. Oh, that's cool. That did it. The station has accepted our docking as legitimate. Head for the docking entrance. Awesome. Now that's the easy way to do it right there. The other method works just as well, but I wanted to try that Romulan method. That was really cool. So it should let me through. Well, it did. It let me through. And I can enter the station. Hey, that was pretty cool. Picking up some unusual energy readings. We'll need to explore the accessible interior areas and see what we can find. Looks like there's another access conduit across from us. We'll have to think three-dimensionally in here. Sensor readings are also picking up a few scattered life signs. Search the vault interior for unusual readings and inhabitants. Cool. Big place. The doors are a massive set of interior bulkhead doors. They're segmenting the different parts of the base, possibly a safety measure. Access appears to be controlled by use of security keys. We can disable it if we can find a code block that matches part of the security key. Well, let's scan to get the keys. 6750. Oh, I gotta get it when it hits the right rotation. 6750. Well, it's not cycling. So you're supposed to hit it when it cycles to the right number. It is not cycling. 6750. In fact, the numbers are really all wrong. I wonder if that's a bug, a new bug we found here. Now, this is not good. It's only giving me 3 digits. Actually, it's giving me like 200,567,504. It's giving me million digits. I think we found a bug because it's not giving me the right number of digits. It's giving me like millions of digits here. It's supposed to be a 4-digit code. And it's supposed to not take this long either. And it's supposed to rotate automatically when you select it. And you're supposed to hit it when it gets to the right number, and then you hit it, but it's not auto selecting. I'm gonna have to warp out and back in and see if it fixes this. So if I just leave it alone, it's not cycling the numbers like it should be. Nope, there it goes. I just had to wait a long time. It's cycling really slowly. But will it cycle to 6750? I guess if I just wait long enough. Well, no telling how long this is going to take. Something about this is weird. It's not operating correctly. I guess I'm going to sit here and wait and just see what happens. I think this mission might be bugged, guys. If I can't play this, then that's a problem. I mean, it should have cycled to the right number by now. Well, let's see. Okay, well, it's obviously not working correctly, because it would have done it by now. Let's warp out and back in, see if that fixes it. If not, I don't know what we're going to do, because we need to complete the mission. Well, we're back to this again. Maybe it will work now. Let's just see. I'm not going to push anything. Okay, finally it worked. Wow. That was pretty messed up there, though. I don't know why it didn't work the first time. But I'm glad it eventually did.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Okay, now I'm going to cloak. And let's move through. I will be spotted here. Doesn't matter if I'm cloaked or not, so I might as well uncloak. And take these out.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Shields failing.
That'll clear this area out, so when we come back through, those won't be there. That'll definitely help. They've got a Borg sphere. Look at that. The Borg sphere is dormant, like it's been put to sleep. It's not the source of the strange readings that long-range sensors detected. Looks like the sphere's hooked into part of the local systems network. We should be able to exit through the other doors now. Probably a safety precaution to keep them locked. Forgot which door I came in. Did I come in that door? So this is the one I need to go through.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Four shields failing.
Quiet in this area. Too quiet. Unusual energy readings from the other side of that pillar. Scan Thaleron reactor. Sir, this is it. This was a weapon lab, an industrial research and fabrication facility where the Romulans built Thaleron weapons. If the Remans have infiltrated this base, they must be trying to secure those weapons.
Ah, so our intruder finally arrives at the heart of the matter. Have you seen all that you came to see, little spy?
Who are you?
Does it really matter? Call me Obasek, if a name is that important to you.
What are you doing here?
That should be obvious. I intend to make use of this station to further my agenda. Your presence, however, is a bit more curious. I expect that you are operating under the shroud of Empress Sela, whether you realize it or not.
I'm not an agent of Empress Sela.
Then what are you? An operative of a Tal Shiar? A hapless refugee? A pawn to one of the other powers like the Federation or the Klingons? Or just a waste of my time?
Well, Even if I were an operative of Sela, how would that change the situation?
Points for your keen observation regarding the precariousness of your situation. In short, it does not. You are an interloper, and a potential wrinkle in my plans, so you must be eliminated.
If I knew the nature of your plans, we could arrange some mutual beneficial solution.
Never rely on the noble intentions of spies and thieves, Captain. And you and I are either one or the other.
My only intention is to determine what is amiss in this situation.
You are suitably informed now, I trust. Sadly for you, one of my ships has already finished loading the Thaleron weapons. So you have become the only loose end in my operation. I despise loose ends. I am afraid our time is at an end. My associates have already finished loading the Thaleron weapons that we need, and I have other operations to manage. I think we both know what happens now. May your death be quick and valorous.
Not so fast.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Where are they?
Four shields failing. Target's shield has failed. All
Holy crap. Y'all wanted me to use a scorpion fighter. I've got no hold strength. I have no hole, Captain. I'm out of holes. I have no holes. Go down fighting. Sure, let's do it. Can't even target the guy. Come on. Jeez. Y'all are like, fly the scorpion fighter. You have one. Yeah, I also have no hull strength. Thanks a lot. Jeez, it doesn't take much to kill this thing, does it?
Warning. Ship is under attack. Hull integrity below 25%. Target shields have failed.
I've got singularity overcharge. Yeah, this thing is fragile, guys. Fragile. I think I might have to switch my shuttles for future missions. It's neat and all, but I don't know. I don't know if it's for me. It's gonna decloak me here, isn't it?
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Nope, didn't decloak me. Okay. There's like fighter ships through there, so I'm glad I avoided them, but I can't avoid everything forever. There's like a Mogai in here somewhere or something. Oh, there's that. That's great. And I have to destroy the lock, which means I have to uncloak. Get out while I can. Run. Crap. I'm just gonna run for it. I'm running. And that's all there is to that. Now you can't see me. I love the cloaking device. I just wish it wouldn't go down so much.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
What do we have at the front door here? Yeah, we got a Tavaro. Heck no. I ain't dealing with that. Get me out of here. Yes, and that's why I like a cloaking device. Now we got to deal with this warbird. Alright, I gotta take out the fighters and torpedoes while they take out the big ship.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
If I can target them. Another one? I can't really tell. Nope, we got him. Okay, good. That was a glorious explosion, probably from the Thaleron weapons carried aboard the ship. We're going to leave the system under high warp to draw off any reinforcements that might come looking. Suggest you return to Klingon space. Let's get out of here. It's not my most favorite mission. Well, there we go. It actually wants me to go to Kronos, Debrief of Ishka. I actually have to physically fly back to Kronos now. I can't transwarp there, can I? Alpha, Beta, Drenur, Fleet. Oh, I can. Well, that's the way to do it. I didn't know I could transwarp there. And I'm back in my starship now. Much better. Yeah, the hull strength on that Scorpion fighter is so low. I mean, it does not take much of a beating. We'll see what other shuttles I might have access to in the future. Because there definitely are a couple more shuttle missions to do in the future. Okie dokie. I suppose we should expect that the Romulans would research weapons like Thaleron technology. This division with the Remans, though, could be exploited. I'm sure that Tamek will have me analyzing data for the next several days. Drop by again to see what you've uncovered. A civil war may well be brewing between the Romulans and the Remans, and we could use this as a wedge to break off some parts of the Star Empire, or at the very least to keep them so busy that we can stabilize our borders and commit our forces elsewhere. Between Sela and this new warrior on the scene, Obasek, the Romulans and Remans are pitted in a battle between two charismatic leaders. Hey now, I'm a Reman. Still, a conflict of this scope usually isn't the sort planned by raw revolutionaries and partisans. Someone has an eye on the bigger picture, and we need to make sure that there isn't a hidden hand. Qapla', this will be all. See, I wish the dialogue would take into account that I am a Reman, recognize that, and have different dialogue options, because that would fit if I were a Klingon.
Excellent.
But I'm not a Klingon.
Excellent. We need to learn more about the conflict between Obasek and the Romulans. If Sela is stupid enough to wage war against our own vassals, we might be able to use the conflict to our advantage. You were right, however, to destroy the Thaleron weapons. They are the tools of a coward. I would rather look my enemy in the eye as he dies. Klingon intelligence will be working to decode the list of possible targets you acquired from the base's databanks. The next step is to find out why the Remans want to attack these locations.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Okay, we're level 42 now.
Intelligence has decoded the list.
We're not there just yet. So we hit 42. That gets us fleet support in space. We've got a new ability called Fleet Support, so we can use that. Also unlocks Sub-Admiral 1 PvP daily missions as well. And we got some more skill points to allocate. That's good. And that's about it. So that was very cool. I wish that bug wasn't there. I've never had that problem before where it is slow to cycle and then doesn't give you the answer you need very quickly. Usually it happens very quickly the first time. Anyway, the next mission, let's see, we're under freedom here. We did Toward Freedom and we did the Vault. The next mission will be called Mine Enemy. And so that's what we will do in the next video. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.